fashion. I was gonna start, this with like a very nice aesthetic, get ready with me, slow paced thing. I got two new piercings actually. I got my septum done and I got my rook re-pierced. And as I was cleaning it, I got it 5 days ago, the ball popped off. I've just spent 20 minutes trying to get this tiny little thing and the most swollen piercing, bearing in mind the ball's popping off and flying all over the place, and now it's really angry. So that's been fun. Anyway, hello. I was just gonna film a little day in the life today. I'm meeting one of my clients to go and train, and then I've got work, so I just wanted to take you along with me, but it's not going very well so far, so let's hope that this picks up and gets a little bit better, shall we? Now I'm running late. I'm doing a little away day with my client who is also competing on the same day as me, which is real cute. As of today, we are 1 week, 2 days out, which is insane. And yes, I did tan last night. I don't want to talk about that, okay? This is not going all that well. But I'm just gonna try and wolf down some of my oats. My hair is done, outfit's picked out. I've got 5 minutes. So, I need to eat this as priority. But I might just try and do a little something with my face. Because my tan's so fucking patchy. Which is great, this is why you don't do it as you're falling asleep. Lessons learned. So obviously I posted my big old catch up, which was very needed on my part. And honestly, hands up, I filmed that about 8 weeks ago. And I kind of just completely forgot that I actually filmed it. So I kind of said when I was like, well, I said in the footage that I was like, well, I'll try and do some, you know, day in the lives and just some more casual vlogs, because I just wanted to take the pressure off of all of this prep. Like, because it is just a QT comp, I didn't want to be stressing about having to film like every single session and do like the big countdown to comp. I've been doing that sort of thing on TikTok. That's it. Obviously that hasn't happened, so this is not an attempt to make that up, but this is an attempt to give myself a kick up the arse to now be a little bit more consistent and not stress myself out. I think that's the thing. Like, as much as I love YouTube, obviously my only time that I've ever done it has been in comp prep, so it's always been a little bit, I guess a little bit stressful, because I have felt like I've had to film absolutely everything. So I've not been like that creative, and it's all just kind of felt like it's been the same stuff. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just kind of want to take the pressure off and just prove to myself. I know it's probably sounds so silly, but that I can just do like casual vlogging. Like, it doesn't have to be everything all the time. It doesn't actually have to like have a particular reason. I can just film a YouTube video because, do you know what I mean? So this is that, and it's not going particularly well. There's me being like, oh, I'll just do like a chill makeup look, and I'm literally whacking everything out. So yeah, I don't know if anyone relates, but I think it's the ADHD brain where I'm just like, I'm all or nothing. I really struggle with just, where's my foundation brush? I really just struggle with doing casual. Like, I can't just do things dip in, dip out. I feel like I throw myself headfirst into everything that I do, and once I stop, it's so hard to like get back. So that's kind of, I don't know, I'm just trying to prove to myself that you can do that. So anyway, I'm literally just going to take you on an away day with me to the gym to train with my client. So today for me is my secondary squat day. It's actually pretty chill, but I am aware that there's some big gaps since we last caught up in terms of training numbers. And for me now, what seemed like casual ones would have had me screaming the last time that I was vlogging. So it's all a little bit crazy, and I will try to catch up as much as I can. But yeah, we've literally just got a paused squat single today, which has been a consistent 117.5 kilos. And then I think it's a 4x3. Then I've got literally just upper body accessories. So it is a chill day, but my client, as I say, she's also competing on the same day as me. It's her last big bench session. which should be exciting. Just getting her feeling good because she has only done one competition. So we're just trying to, yeah, use it as an easy day, take the pressure off, just have a bit of fun. Which means we're not going to be pushing like numbers or attempts aggressively at all. But that being said, her baseline has come up insanely, which is very exciting. So even the position that we'll be in for like a more casual day, a very soft meet, I think again would have 2023 her absolutely foaming at the mouth. So all in all, we're in very good positions, which is very exciting. I will at some point film an actual proper get ready with me so you can see what I'm doing and I can actually talk you through things, because this is not it. Tell you what, I'll see you there because I need to get sorted. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, there's my pigeon, by the way. I need to leave.
I've made it. So we're on squat day today. So I've got paused squats, RPE 6. So I'm aiming for about 117. And let's say Kristen's got a big bench day, which is really exciting. Okay, I think maths is bad with the collars. It's even worse with the microplates. Yeah, I think, can we do 44? No, we can't do that either. That's fine. So we'll do 43.5. 38. Yeah, 38.5, 43.5. Half kilo jump. Yeah, that's fine. And then that's fine. Yeah. I need to work out my warm-ups actually. Also, I'm not gonna lie, now I've actually got my makeup on. How slay is this actually piercing? It was very rogue me getting it done, but I thought that like more dainty actual rings would look really cute, but the thing that put me off getting it done was the ring that you get it pierced with. And actually, now that I've got it done, I was like, do you know what, I can just let it heal because you can flip it up inside and you can let it heal that way. So that was my plan. And actually, I don't hate this. I don't hate it as much as I thought. So I was like, well, it's quite quick to heal, and actually I can change it from now in like a couple of weeks. So this isn't going to stay forever, but what do you think? We start warm-up jumps together. So this is 65. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. For me, I don't know why, I seem to have really quite large calves. So if I get the slightest pump, it's like impossible to get them on. So I have to put them on now really early. Like, I wouldn't usually put sleeves on until like just before the 100 mark, and I'm now putting them on at like 80 because I'm like, nope. Yeah, I don't recommend trying to break in new knee sleeves like several weeks out from comp. Alright, that's the hardest part of my workout done. Alright, 80. 92.5. Hopefully with a slightly more flattering angle so you can actually see what the fuck I'm doing, but I nearly didn't check my program, thank God I did, because the RPE is not 6, it's 5.5. I'm actually only going to dock 2.5 kilos, so we're going to go for 115 today, so I'll do this, you'll see. But yeah, 102. Last warm up at 110. Alright, top set. RPE 5.5 pause single. At 115. If you've been watching my channel for long enough, then you'll know after top set we also have back offs. We've got 3 doubles at an RP 5.5, so literally loaded up 105. Isn't the lighting good? I forgot to film the first one, but we are onto close grip volume bench. So these are literally close grip touch and go, so no pauses. Took 40, 47, then we'll do 52. I've got an RP6 target, which has been about 55 repetitively for the past few weeks, so we won't push beyond that. Okay, 3 by 6 at 55. It tickles my chin when I do this. 2x12 machine press at an RP6. Funky. No, don't like it. 2x12 to 15 at an RP7 at underhand lat pull down. Okay. Oh, I like this. Right, one more set of that, and then literally just got tricep pull downs, and then we're done. I've got to rush back for a call, so I am blasting through accessories more than I would like, but yeah, we'll do what we got to do. 2x10 to 12 tricep pull downs at an RP5. Big bench tomorrow, so that I am fine with. So the lighting's shit. I also look naked. That's training done, but let's go the en route home. I've got a call at 2, so I've got to race home, make lunch, jump on a call. Busy today. Right, I'm back, I'm home. I need to very quickly cook up a storm. I feel so good. Like, I don't even think it's just a post-workout endorphins thing. It is literally just, I feel good in myself. There is something so powerful about sticking a bit of makeup on, wearing a cute outfit when you go to the gym. Like, I feel like I could take on the world right now. 1 week out from comp, we are very comfortably within weight class, so I'm not like having to change too much, to be honest, with my nutrition, but I'm just starting to be a little bit mindful of it. So I'm trying to just balance fibre a little bit, bring that down, because that's been very high recently, and just keep that a little bit more sustainable. I need to get carbs back up because they've been taking a bit of a hit recently, and that's kind of my only focus. So for lunch, I'm literally just gonna have like tofu, veggies and rice. Maybe get my other bits up with snacks, so like high protein yogurts, bagel, just very simple things. Food. I've literally got 3 minutes to wolf this down before I'm in my meeting. And then the rest of the day, I've literally just got a ton of client video analysis to work through. So I'll show you the process of that with coaching. And then some programming. And that's all done. Well, that took a bit of a turn. I don't know if you can tell. Or you might be able to hear it. I had a mega meltdown. Oh my god. Obviously, any of you that watched my catch-up vlog, you'll know what's been going on. I've hinted towards it a couple of times now through this vlog, but honestly, the journey of self-growth is actually relentless at times. Like, I've had so many ups and downs. So apparently today has turned into a very emotional day, so that's been really fun. But this is, yeah, the journey of figuring your shit out is really quite hard at times. So, new plan. I've still got quite a lot of work to get through, which is absolutely fine. The sun is still shining. It's a lovely day, but this little head needs some time for a moment. So I've got a bunch of parcels that I need to go and post. So I'm just gonna walk myself to the post office. I'm gonna have a nice chill, pop my music in, just get some fresh air, get some movement in again, come back, reset, crack on with work, because we've got lots to get through and a lot that I want to show you as well. Right, accountability, proof, we're out and about. Parcels have been posted, work block time. Now this is usually where I would want to crack open a nice cold Monster, so I got myself a Fanta just for the placebo effect. I'm just gonna blast out some music. My hay fever is hitting me, oh my god. Blast out some music, get a nice long work vlog done, get the boxes ticked. Before we get started, a snack, because your gal is hungry, and there's hundreds, I swear, of like high protein yogurts, drinks, whatever available. As a vegan, there is not a single one that I can have, and I am very pleased to report that I have finally discovered these Alpro yogurts that have a whole 15 grams. I know it's like a good 5 to 15 under what all of the dairy ones have, but it's a good top up and they are banging. So I'm gonna get this down me, crack that Fanta open up my balcony, sit there, and I'll talk you through what we do on video analysis days. Right, I've put my mic on just because I'm sat on my balcony. This work setup is elite, but let's talk through video analysis. So I personally run video analysis days twice a week. It just really helps me to split things up. I know a lot of coaches don't do it. They just like open them up to get sent through whenever and reviewed. Personally, I found that my inbox would get flooded. I personally would get quite overwhelmed by it. And I've also found that it actually just gives my clients like more consistent checkpoints as well within their training, so they know on these set days they're going to get that feedback. So we do same day feedback on those set days, and it actually then helps them building it into their training to know when they're going to get feedback. I also find that adherence and consistency on the client's part goes up a lot more as well, so we just make sure that we are actually getting it reviewed when it needs reviewing. Helps me to do my job, also then massively helps them as well, of course. So what we do, clients send through their videos the night before. They've got up until 9 a.m. There'll be certain ones that I'll obviously build into their program as a priority to review, and then if they need other things checking, of course they can send that through as well. Essentially what we'll do is review the video. I then will send back 1 to 2 focus points each week. The key with video analysis days is genuinely just keeping it simple. It can be so easy to see something and go, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, especially in those like early days, but that client is very likely to get overwhelmed quite quickly. So actually just stripping it back, focusing on the immediate things that need fixing, and addressing those first. So what I'll do is review, highlight some things that are going well, actually looking then at feedback implementation from the last feedback day. How's that been implemented, especially if it's going well, but rather than just going, yep, good, actually highlighting to them what has been going well. It really helps them to understand what changes they've made that have equaled a good outcome, because of course for future adherence and actually bettering their understanding, it bodes so much better. And I really have to say that I pride myself on actually teaching my girls. Like, it's so easy to just tell clients what to do. I don't do that. I teach them, I help them to learn, I explain things, I really make sure that they understand everything, the whys, the whats, the intent, because it's only going to make them better lifters. And it sounds like a really weird thing to say, but I don't want them to feel that they need me forever. Like, I take such pride in getting them ready for the next chapter. At some point, I'm sure that there will come a time where most clients will get to a point where they need to move to doing things independently, and knowing that I have taught them is the most important thing. So this particularly is what those days are about. So we look at what's going well, we highlight particularly if things have been implemented, the impact of that. Then what we'll do is say, okay, so moving forwards, this is what we want to work on. Sometimes there will be repetitive cues. So for example, if we've implemented something but it's not quite clicked, there's the potential that we would need to like reword a cue or look at a different type of cue to help embed that, and essentially look at a progression of last week's feedback. If obviously something's just not being done, making sure that the client understands the importance of those things. That's obviously the one instance where we've looked at things, it's kind of been implemented, maybe it's not 100% there, maybe it's not been addressed at all, in which case we look at repetition, rewording, readdressing, reframing, whatever is needed. Second option, of course, is that thing's been implemented, brilliant, so we look at the next thing. So either it'll be something completely different that's just we've seen in that video, it might be a chain reaction. So for example, what can often happen, and this is where I think clients can sometimes struggle, and it's completely understandable, we'll implement a cue, we'll implement a focus, and then there'll be a knock-on impact of that. And sometimes that can feel like, well, I've clearly done something wrong, or that cue wasn't working. But actually a lot of the time, especially when it comes to more of your compound lifts, your SBD, there will be a chain reaction. So let's say that we focus on, with a squat, as simple as initiate with the hips. So that initially might be something that we've needed to address because the client might be starting the lift by traveling the knees forwards. Of course, there's only so much range of motion that we have available at the ankle, so there will naturally be a point where your knees can't travel over your toes anymore. So there will be naturally a shift where you have to send the hips backwards, and what ends up happening is your weight shifts halfway through that squat, and it makes that consistency and maintenance of weight placement, weight distribution, and control and position really difficult. So it might be that we start with, okay, I want you to initiate with the hips. We keep that quite simple. We see how that's been implemented. There might be then a knock-on impact where either that initiation is like overly exaggerated, we're doing like a massive hinge. It might be something like, to compensate, we're sending that torso forwards. We might see an impact on weight distribution, and therefore the position coming out of the hole might change. Essentially, with that example, you can see how implementing one cue can then result in a knock-on impact. And sometimes with a client, that can be quite hard. As I say, it can promote that mindset of like, well, fuck, I'm doing something wrong. And that isn't necessarily the case. So in that second example, it will then be a case of looking at that next step. If there is a knock-on impact, obviously taking the time to explain why that's happened. But essentially the second example would be something along the lines of just setting a new cue, focusing on the next step. Now, the third thing in either of those that I will take the time to do, as I say, the first port of call will be written feedback. So they send their videos through my training app. I'll then give them written feedback, and that will be like laid out, what's gone well, here's the new cue, here's the new focus points, here's some cues that might help with that, you know, and then some words of encouragement or whatever it might be. Not every client bodes the best with written feedback. Sometimes it can make sense, but actually then implementing that feels really difficult, or it just might not be clicking, and that's okay. I say this to every single person in an inquiry call. It is never the client's responsibility to make sense of what I'm saying. It's my responsibility to make sure that my clients are getting feedback in an accessible way. And so sometimes we might even then have to take another step, which is recording a video for them. So for example, actually helping them to visually see that cue being implemented. And I will often do that. I'll send them like a good couple of minutes, taking the time to explain that. And the other option as well is that I do have an online portal for all of my clients. So especially with my strong clients, my sort of like strength and powerlifting focused clients, we've got a massive lifting hub. So that'll be like cue breakdowns, focus points, so like repetitive cues that come up quite a lot. So for example, like ribs down in a squat, actually having a full-blown tutorial on how to brace. It's stuff that you're not often taught, and it just means that for me, obviously it's a bit of a time saver. I can say, right, go and watch this resource, just to initially walk through what it is, and the next step will be to that. Like once we've watched it, they have kind of understood it. It will then be helping them to apply that to their lifting. So it's not just a case of like, go and watch this and then we're done talking about it. It's just helping that to bridge the gap so that they have visual resources to watch to help them with their understanding, and then we'll take it that next step further and actually help them to implement it in their own training as well. So there's lots of different things that happen. So basically what I'll do on video analysis days is obviously work my way through. I've got lots of clients that send through videos, so that's why I split it across 2 days as well. There'll be some that are quite simple to work through. There'll be others that we need to take the time, that I have to prompt them to ask questions as well. If they don't understand something, taking the time to actually ask can be really hard. But yeah, we'll work through what's gone well, what can we work on, what could we do a little bit better, helping them with cues to actually implement that feedback. If they need it, they'll get visual assistance either by then sending them a bit of like homework by going and watching this tutorial or this video on the lifting hub to break that cue down, or if it's a new movement, for example, if they're getting a variation, there's a full tutorial on that, go and watch it, let me know if you've got any questions, and then we'll apply it to your lifting. Or of course, if needed, then I will also send through an additional video to help them with those cues. So that's basically what we're working through. So I have got quite a lot to get through, so I'm basically gonna pop my AirPods in, crack open my Fanta, hopefully soak up the last of the sun for today, and get cracking. Well, I thought I was done vlogging today, but I got a notification on my phone from like my news app saying that you could see there's a solar storm, so you can see the northern lights from England. And I was like, bullshit. Looked out my window, couldn't see anything. I saw loads of people posting like the most vivid stories, I'm not even joking, and I was like, it cannot be. You got all excited. So we're on a drive, as you can tell. We're now chasing the northern lights because it's on Connor's bucket list. I was fully intending on being asleep. I'll show you the photo that I took, because what the fuck. Like, I'm sorry. So we're gonna go and try and find somewhere with no light pollution to see if we can actually properly see them. An exciting turn of events for this evening. Oh god, I wish you could see it. I'll show you my phone. Look at this. Oh no. Look.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it looks like it's daylight.
Well, mission success at a cost.
Hi guys.
Anyway, thank you for spending the day with me. I hope you enjoyed.
Time with bed.
Yeah.
Night.
See you next time. Like, subscribe. Bye.